Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're going to be talking about Brandon Miller. Yes, Brandon Miller's a guy that when he was at the combine, people said he did terrible, but one of my sources and I were hanging out after the combine smoking a J, and he was texting the Greenborough's Swarms GM, and he asked him what's up with the rumors with Brandon Miller. Supposedly he had mono, but this isn't why teams are frustrated now. They're frustrated with Brandon Miller's response to legal questions. This is coming from Jonathan Givony of ESPN. Brandon Miller met with several teams to do interviews ahead of the 2023 NBA draft. During those interviews, Miller was unwilling to answer questions about his pending legal situation. Miller provided the teams he met with a document that was drafted by his lawyers. He stated that the document explains everything those teams need to know and that he wouldn't be talking about it further. That approach has left teams frustrated. ESPN's Jonathan Givony said that the Charlotte Hornets and Portland Trail Blazers, holders of the second and third picks in the draft, still have a lot of questions that need to be answered. Miller was allegedly present at the site of the murder of a woman. Miller allegedly delivered a gun to a former Alabama teammate that has been charged with capital murder. Miller has not been charged with anything related to the crime. Now, I think we're going to do something right here. I have a friend who's in law school, and we're going to call him right now, mid-video right now, and I have it on speakerphone. We're going to ask him for a legal synopsis. Yo, right now I'm calling you. Teams are frustrated with Brandon Miller's response to legal questions. Supposedly, he met with the Hornets and Trailblazers, and he provided the teams with a document that was drafted by his lawyers stating that the documents explain everything those teams need to know and that he wouldn't answer or talk about anything further in the interviews.
Good. Why are teams mad about that?
Because he was allegedly present at the site of the murder, and he was.
We all know that.
So I'm calling you as a law student. Can you explain why these teams are now frustrated because they still have questions that need to be answered?
There is no questions that need to be answered. They're fucking stupid. They need to get over themselves. The cops already did not treat this kid as a suspect. They already said that he's not a suspect. They already released him months now. They already stated everything they need to know. He did not realize that the gun was in his friend's car. He just was told to drive back, and while he was driving over there, he got a text like right before he got there, remember to bring the gun. But by that point, it was too late. He'd already driven the car. The gun was already in there.
Now, as a law student, if you were a lawyer for one of these teams, would you say draft him, or if you were a counsel for the team, would you be concerned?
No, because the cops already said, and law enforcement already said, that he's not being treated as a suspect or involved in it in any way. So there's no reason to really be concerned because they've already stated he's not going to be involved.
So can he be still charged? Can they? No, but I'm not saying criminally. Can he still be charged as a civil case? Can the family?
Maybe, but would they even do that at this point? I don't know.
So
But yeah, teams are stupid. They need to get off their fucking high horse.
But can he be indicted by a grand jury at this point if they were to bring charges to him?
I don't like criminal charges. Like maybe if they decide that he's a suspect, but because he never actually even was considered at any point. So maybe if there's new somehow revealing evidence that we didn't know that said that Brandon Miller pulled the trigger or something, like some bullshit like that. Let's just say that.
But he can't be charged as an accomplice.
No, I'm not saying that he can't be. I'm just saying they literally said that they are not going to do anything.
And this is because only to be charged, you have to be able to prove that he's guilty without a reasonable doubt.
Yes, and they everything that they had been treating him when they had him under at the station at some point, they were just treating him as a witness, not as a suspect.
All right, sounds.
He probably will have to testify. He'll probably have to testify in court.
Okay.
Against his boys, and by probably I mean he's most certainly will because he was a witness because he was there and he drove the car. But he's not a suspect. Brandon Miller will not get arrested for the murder of what was her name? I can't remember.
No, makes sense.
Unless there's some based on the evidence they have right now. So teams need to get off their high horse. His attorney is 100% correct in drafting a statement for him and telling him, you do not need to answer any questions because all that the press wants and all that the teams want is just to pry you. You do not need to answer any questions.
All right. Thanks, boss. Appreciate it.
All right. I'll see you later.
There you guys have it from a law student himself.